give a fuck what anybody else thinks about it. Let's do this. How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel. So, I wanted to talk about influence and inspiration. There will be two parts, and this first video will be about influence. And this is going to be as raw and real as I can get. To start off, like a lot of people that I know, I grew up in the ghetto. My family didn't have much. My parents busted their asses to make mine and my sister happy the best that they could. They tried to make our lives better. And of course, like any other kid, I was a fan of comics, of heroes, especially Godzilla. But my biggest and most important influences and inspiration were my parents. And growing up, I was bullied and picked on, but not because I was a Godzilla fan. Other kids just bullied me for the fun of it, for the thrill. So I learned about fighting and defending myself at a very early age. And it pretty much became second nature. So heading towards high school, I never ever needed to join a gang to break the law or do any of the stupid shit I did when I was young, or ever try to fit in with the popular crowd just to feel accepted. But I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to have parents that tried their very hardest to keep me on the straight and narrow. So I went to college, graduated, all that good stuff. Then fast forward to the present. And the last fucking thing I thought I would ever do was work with kids and teenagers. And I was working as a full-time bouncer at that particular time. So I would go to the recreational center that I used to go to in high school to train. Then I get approached by one of the recreational leaders, since I was going there for about 6 months and he would actually see me train. And then it's crazy. He actually asked me if I wanted to become a recreational assistant and work for the recreational center. So I said, fuck it, why not? I can work with the rec center, do some coaching, help them out. I'll probably do it for about maybe 2 or 3 months. But I ended up doing it for 6 long years, and the rest was history. Also my full-time bouncing job. But since this topic is about influence and inspiration, the last fucking thing I thought I would ever be or do was become a positive influence to kids and teenagers. Seriously. And honestly, I don't really consider myself a positive influence or role model. Why? Because I do what adults do. And one thing I did realize when I had that job was, even though I didn't consider myself a role model, when you work with kids or teenagers, the general public, you become a role model whether you like it or not. Straight up. For fucking real. And that's when I had to realize that regardless of the fact that I don't consider myself a role model or an influence, I was an influence anyway. And I tried my best to guide those children straight. And even one of my top students is now in North Carolina going to college. Even now, at any age, anybody can be influenced and inspired. Like when I started my YouTube channel. Why I started it? Because I was influenced and inspired. And my channel, believe it or not, is just a really fun hobby. And I really enjoy being a Godzilla and science fiction content creator. For me, it's actually an outlet, a positive outlet. And that's because I already lived my dream. I've already done what I set myself out to do. I've still lived and walked my own path. And again, why? Because I was influenced and inspired. Plain and simple. I don't have to prove nothing to fucking nobody. I became a content creator because I enjoy creating content about Godzilla and science fiction. And I'm sure all my subscribers know that I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I don't give a fuck about anybody's negative opinion. It's fucking fun being a content creator, honestly. I never thought it would be this fun. And plus, nobody tells me shit anyway, so that's why I don't worry about it. Even if my channel stays small and somewhat underground, I'm totally fucking okay with that. Seriously. So everyone, that's what I really wanted to talk about, influence, and I'm already in the process of creating the second part, which will be inspiration. So leave your thoughts below, and I hope everyone has a good day. This is Daniel, always coming at you raw, always coming at you real. So, I'm out.